Hello, hello, buenas noches, good evening, happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Tonight we're going to talk about fear. What is the purpose of fear? How can we process fear? Is fear paralyzing you and holding you back from moving towards goals that you have set and you can't seem to move forward? How can we use this emotion to help us live a bigger, more quality life? Okay. We may fear death, crowds, speaking in public, starting a new business, attacking debt, taking a trip, booking a flight. We may fear making mistakes or not doing everything perfectly, right? Because we're perfectionists. Starting over after a divorce, the death of a mate, right? Or drum roll, please, as we've talked about in the past, we may even fear success. So, are your fears holding you back from living your best life? If this topic interests you, please, I invite you to stay and enjoy the program. All right. Meanwhile, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Karen Marinez. I'm an emotional wellness coach, and I focus on helping the exhausted woman who struggles to feel comfortable in her own skin and overextends herself to please others. I help you to identify and process emotions so you can find peace, passion, and purpose. All right. And I ask of you, good people, if you're new here and you have not subscribed, please press that subscribe button. I'll give you a moment to do that. And meanwhile, I will say hi to everyone here. My dear Elvin. Hello, Elvin. Marion Bailey, are you in Portugal? Roxy Ebony, Gio, good evening. Imani, hey. At me best, Ari, hey. Okay, thank you very much. And when you subscribe and you hit like and you participate in the comments, that helps this message to get out to others who are in need of this very important information. All right. As you're coming in, people are saying hello in the chat. Can you also write something that expresses the something that ignites fear in you? Can you put that in the chat now? Oh, hey, Karen. Hey, Fabiola. Oh, Marion has a visitor. Oh, lovely. Her name is Isabella. Welcome, Isabella. Hi. Lovely Portugal. I would love to go. Deborah Owens. Hello, Candida. Oh, it's her bedtime. I appreciate you all for staying up. I know it's tough. I appreciate it. Yes, thanks for coming in and getting in the chat. Can you put in the chat what ignites fear in you? I mentioned a few things in the beginning. Let's see what you all have to say. Fear. It's a natural human emotion. It helps keep us safe. It prepares us to respond to danger. So fear is another one. We've had this series on emotions. We've done anger, sadness. Now we're doing fear. And it's unpleasant. It's uncomfortable. Our hands get watery and our stomach gets filled with knots, right? Or we get butterflies in our stomachs. Hey, Danielle, right? Or we get a headache, or we literally can feel paralyzed. But what is the purpose of fear? It actually helps us. It prepares us to respond to danger. It's part of our survival instincts. And it's actually programmed into our nervous system. So we were created with it because it's a protection. So, hey, Renee, fear to reach goals and actually be successful. Very nice. Imani, I hope this makes sense. But starting over, whether it be a job, it does. Starting fresh, getting out of our comfort zone. We're going to talk about that. Why does that evoke fear? It makes sense, right? Hey Tiff, good to have you, Candida. I hate confrontations for confrontations. Okay, very nice. I appreciate everybody's honesty. Keep putting in the chat anything that, what it was something that evokes fear in you. Okay, so just like all other emotions, we ask ourselves, fear, for what purpose are you here? When it goes knocking on our door and we feel those butterflies in our stomach and our hands are clammy, what message are you here to tell me? Okay. Ooh. Oh, Marion says, not fearful of much, but afraid to live in a house alone because you probably never have, right? Fabiola. Oh, at me best says fear. Speaking up for myself. Very nice. Fabiola, I fear lack of self-control, negative emotions, and criticism of or scrutiny. I fear not being enough in social settings. Very nice. And Deborah of the unknown. Yeah. Big. These are typical things that we are fearful of. Fear of the unknown. What's on the other side of that door? If I open it, oh, right? Tiffany, things being out of my control, not being enough. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very nice. Again, appreciate everybody's honesty because if you feel it, someone else is feeling it. So fear can be unhealthy when it's unbalanced, just like anything else, when it's excessive, right? It it's excessive or unnecessary, right? For instance, an irrational fear of meeting new people. And you don't go outside your door, right? You isolate. That would be when fear is not healthy for us. But other than that, because it stops us from doing things that we may enjoy, it stops us from being out and being social. Even introverts need people, right? But there's a difference in being an introvert and having fear of people, new people, people in general, high social anxiety, right? So that's when it's unhealthy. So we're going to talk about how to manage fear. People are still writing nice. Fear of change, Carolyn says. Roxy says, making a career change causes some fears. Of course, again, the unknown. Yeah. Dr. Just so says, fear, don't walk, run. Oh, okay now. Marion says, I never ever lived by myself, but do now with my two. You live now with your daughter and your two pit bulls, right? But if you were to ever have to live alone, it'd be like, what am I supposed to do, right? How am I supposed to be? Because you've never experienced it. Karen says, a bad experience in the past that I know I'll have to face again, especially when the environment is not in my control. Yes. We don't like being out of control. Yeah. And sadly, uh, most things in life are out of our control, right? So again, fear. For what purpose are you here? What are you here to teach me? Emotions are messengers. Just like Amazon comes and knocks on the door, emotions are here to teach us something. So how can we manage fear? You can learn to feel less fearful and cope with anxiety so it doesn't stop you from living. When fear stops us from living, when it totally paralyzes us, now it's unhealthy. We don't want it to stop us from living. We're here to live, to enjoy life, right? One way to do it is by gradually exposing ourselves to the things that we fear. Some people fear heights, elevators, dogs, cats. Those are physical things, right? Except heights, but literally you can gradually go up another level, right? Each month to put yourself to test, to push the limits, to come out of that comfort zone, that fear gradually. Okay. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, do one thing every day that scares you. And it's because science has shown that feeling fear in the right doses has several benefits. What induces fear is taking risks, right? Like starting a new job, moving out. It could be a grown adult first time moving out of the home on their own, or in Marion's case, been 8 decades living with family and friends, and now the thought of living on her own, starting a new career, speaking up for ourselves, right? Those are risks, but when we take them, it's like we're embarking on a new adventure. So the point is of this whole live tonight is for us to look at fear, not like, not fear, and not be afraid of fear, but embrace it, accept it, and all right, you came knocking. All right, come on, sit down. I'll make you a cup of coffee or some tea. And look at it as this new thing that I'm going to do, change careers, step outside my comfort zone, travel, move out on my own, not being enough, speaking in public, all those things, confrontations, view it as a new adventure. We want to look at fear in a more positive way. That's the goal. When we finish our time here, my goal is that you start, not that you will completely, but that you start looking at fear as a powerful tool to help you, to protect you, and also to gently push you towards new things, opening new doors. Isn't that exciting? That's what we want. We want some excitement, okay? So hold tight, all right? The Webster Dictionary defines adventure as an undertaking usually involving danger and unknown risk, right? An exciting or remarkable experience or the encountering of risk. So as an adventurer, that's what we're going to call ourselves tonight. I want you to embrace that little shiver that goes down your spine when you just think about the things that you've mentioned in the chat, right? That first step into that new and unfamiliar situation, embrace it. It's totally normal. And how much better to embrace it than to push it away. But if we push it away, we're pushing away something that's really good for us. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay. Because fear is letting us know, all right, you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, stepping outside of your comfort zone. And we say, yeah, bring it, right? So fear is a good thing and it should have a place in our lives. All right. I'll let you kind of digest that for a little bit. Let's talk about a few benefits of fear. Okay. One, fear keeps you safe. It acts as an internal danger alarm. Danger, danger. It moves us to action and helps us make wise and prudent decisions. Without fear, you wouldn't live very long because you wouldn't be aware of or care about the threats around you. You might dart across a busy road, be incapable of reacting in that split second when you realize, oh, the car is coming. You would just walk. You would just be walking. But when you get scared, your body reacts physically so you can handle danger. It's known as the fight or flight response. We've probably all heard of that. Without this fear response, when you're in jeopardy, you wouldn't have the energy, the focus, the speed, or the strength to fight or fly. Mothers have lifted up very heavy objects when their child is up under it. And she says later, I have no idea how I did that. Oh, that adrenaline gets going. Fear that the baby's, right? Or running from someone with a speed that we've never run before. Like, who am I? Lorinda, you came. Hey, good to have you. Okay. Number two, feeling fear in the right dose. That's key. It's fun and exciting. Who here likes roller coasters? I do. Skiing, I don't, but I did it once and I said, I'll never do it again. To me, my brain said, danger, danger. But there are people who love, ooh, when they ski, right? Whitewater rafting, scuba diving. They're all kind of things that when we're fearful, it's actually exciting and we scream on the roller coasters, right? And we get off and say, oh, that was crazy, but I want to do it again. So fear can be fun and exciting. It is fun and exciting. Joggers get that runner's high when they switch their routine from the regular trails or routes, right? That they normally take to something that's a bit more scary, unstable footing, maybe some hills, some curves. When you step outside of that comfort zone, it's fear that makes you feel alive, which is fun and exciting. And the excitement generated can also help you alleviate, look at this, depression, because it increases your adrenaline. That in turn increases arousement, excitement, and glucose, which is converted into energy. We are wonderfully made. So just like caffeine can put you in an optimal state of performance, but can be too much can be detrimental. And then you up here and then you crash. Excuse me. A little bit of fear is a boost of adrenaline. Again, we're changing that view of it, of fear as being afraid of fear as welcome fear. That's where adrenaline comes from when the body feels fear. It's not nearly impossible to be thinking of your everyday pressures and worries when you're experiencing fear or feeling scared. Isn't that interesting? So a little bit of fear can be like, in quotes, an eraser for the mind. Somebody's chasing you. In that moment, you're not thinking about the debt, the rent you have to pay at the in 2 weeks, and do you have enough money in the bank account? And your dad is sick. It's all about survival. So in that moment, it erases the mind of worries. Interesting, right? The third benefit of fear is that fear gives you a natural high and a sense of empowerment. And that's what we always want. That's what Coach Karen wants for all of you. Feeling empowered. A lot of you said, I don't like feeling out of control. Well, there are very few things that we can have total control over in this world, but we can feel, and not even total control of ourselves, but we can control ourselves. It may not be 100%. Some things are out of our control, right? We may end up with an illness, even though we took really good care of ourselves, right? But it minimizes the chances. But when you feel empowered, you feel good in your own skin. You're like, here I am, hear me roar. I can speak up for myself. I can confront that person. Hey, Leah, I can start that new career, that new job. I can take that trip, get on that plane. I can move out on my own, live by myself, because the strength is in here. It's in me. And so that adrenaline is released when you feel fear. But there are other chemicals as well. I am not a scientist by any means, but here are some really good hormones that are released. Besides adrenaline, dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, and serotonin, right? Serotonin in particular helps your brain to work more efficiently. Fear is energy. That is so, fear is energy. We get momentum. Our adrenaline is going. We're not thinking about other things. Wait, it gives us focus if we allow it. But if we look at it like this, I'm afraid of fear, it'll just paralyze us and knock us down. Okay? So we have to use fear for our own good. All right. The brain craves new challenges. That's the key to something called neuroplasticity. I'm going to do a live on that soon. Amazing topic. You may want, if you don't know about it, you might want to look it up before we even get to it. And every time you come through a challenge, you accomplish your goals, you feel empowered. This natural biological high often lasts longer than the time you spent feeling scared. Which is great. And that's why you feel so great afterwards. And for the long haul, you look back and say, I did that. Wow. Beautiful, right? It's empowering. So fear can be empowering. Fear is energy. Fear gives us adrenaline and all those other wonderful hormones. Wow. Let's embrace it. Come on, fear. Come on, let me give you a hug. What else? You want to sit down? Yeah, let's chit chat. Thank you for that push. I needed that. That's how we want to view fear. Ralph Waldo Emerson, you know I love quotes, said, do the thing and you will have the power. And it's funny because people say, do that thing. Renee says, wonderful way to look at it. Yes, fear is energy. It gives us life. So do the thing and you'll have the power, because that's another fear, part of it. Can I? Am I capable? Can I speak in public? Can I do this thing? Of course you can. You are highly intelligent. Of course you can. You have all the resources inside you that you need. You do. Just got to look for it. But it's there. You're ready. Just do it. Do the thing, as Ralph Waldo Emerson said. It means the moment you decide to do something that scares you, you've already generated the energy you need to achieve it. Isn't that amazing? I'll repeat that. The moment you decide to do something that scares you, you have already generated the energy you need to achieve it. So just do it. And again, when you accomplish those goals despite your fear, you feel empowered. Someone I was watching the other day on YouTube say it's like you're in the driver's seat because we're empowered. So we are in control of us, not everybody else and not the outside world, but I'm in control of me as much as I can be, right? So I'm driving my car. And who's in the passenger seat? Fear knocks. They want to get in. All right, I unlock the door. Fear gets in. I say, Fear, put on your seatbelt. Let's get going. We do it with the fear. We can't expect fear to go away because, again, fear gives us the energy. So we don't want it to go away. We don't want it to take us over. We want to keep fear in its place, balanced, right? But come on, let's go for the ride together. You feel empowered. Number 4, fear helps us stay in the present moment and to focus. And we know we can, a lot of us ADHD, we're all fabulous and whoop, whoop. Yes, we could be all over the place. I'm talking to you and I'm thinking about preparing, meal prepping for later, right? To take to work tomorrow, right? But thinking about the future outcome of something unknown can be enough to scare you. So if you're feeling a little worried or anxious about it or fearful, you can harness that fear to get you to focus on whatever work or planning that needs to be done now, right? Plan for the future. It could be getting out of debt, right? So, okay, I'm overwhelmed with debt. I don't even want to look at the numbers. I'm afraid. What if I can't pay? And our minds, ooh, right? Fear says, you know what? I'm going to take control. I'm going to harness this fear, this energy, and I'm going to focus. I'm going to set the clock 20 minutes. I'm going to start looking at my bills with gratitude that that I'm alive to see bills, right? And I'm going to at least find out how much I owe. Then I'm going to get an accountability partner. And see, we start planning. And then now I know how much I owe and how much I need to get a little side gig to bring in some extra money. I'm going to throw all of that at the debt. And I'm going to curb this habit and that habit so that money can get thrown, right? And we use that fear to start planning. It moves us to action. We don't stay frozen. No, and paralyzed. We get moving. We get to action. Okay. This was interesting. While the adrenaline that's released when you're scared alerts your nervous system to get into gear, like, all right, we're about to do something. There's another hormone that's released. Let me see if I wrote it down, if I could pronounce it right. Norepinephrine. I'm sure I'm not even pronouncing it correctly. Norepinephrine. Never heard of it. But it's another hormone that's released. That hormone keeps us focused instead of panic. I said, what? This body of ours is amazing. That hormone allows clearer thinking under stress. That's why they put it in antidepressant. Amazing. And we want to stay focused. Our body and mind requires us to stay focused because we live in a world of constant mind-numbing distractions. We know, right? Scrolling, Instagram, Facebook, text message, all the things, all the things. Everything is set up to just numb our minds. Fear snaps us out of it, right? Like, all right, let's move, let's go, let's plan, let's get going. Let's be fully awake and alert. We got stuff to do. Come on. Renee wants me to spell it again. Of course. Norepinephrine. Norepinephrine or norepinephrine. Yes. Thank you, Ari. She put in the chat. So fear says, put that phone down, girl. Let's get to work. Turn off that TV. Let's get going. You got things to do. You got things to plan for. And there's time to rest, but let's set aside this time and let's get to it. Beautiful. Feeling fear also releases oxytocin. This was so fascinating to me because normally when we feel fear, a lot of times, especially if it's crippling fear, we want to isolate. But oxytocin actually makes us want to bond socially with others. The brain's instinct is to group us with other humans so we can successfully survive. Again, we are wonderfully made. So look how fear could make you, number 5, socialize and bond with other people. Because when you feel fearful, oxytocin is released, and that's pro-social behavior, pushes us towards seeking out the comfort of others. So we're made to survive. Oh, hey, Pam. Pam is like a professor. She's a woman of information. Thank you, Pam. She's telling us, I guess you're spelling it out how we can norepinephrine. Okay. Thank you, Pam. I trust you. Brilliant. We have such a beautiful group here. So the brain's instinct is to pair us with other humans in order to increase the chances of survival. It's true. Even animals know that. Let's walk, let's move in packs, right? It's all about survival out here. And the same thing with us as humans, right? You may not watch scary movies, but the perfect example, we've all seen it in other movies or whatever, is people huddling together on the couch when they're watching a scary movie. Why? Right away, you grab somebody because that's what oxytocin makes us do. It's pro-social activity. Very interesting. So fear moves us to look for others to assist us, to accompany us, to be an accountability partner, to coach us, all the things, to sit by my side. Just tell me you know I can do it, right? And we involve people. And that's how we can tell if our fear is in an unhealthy, on an unhealthy level. If we have to be honest with ourselves, if we've pushed people away, we've definitely isolated ourselves. That is counterproductive. People need people. And of course, I always encourage, we need vitamin people, people who lift us up, energize us, make us feel good, fill us with all good things, right? They'll cheer us on, they'll listen to us, all those things. You may isolate because you've never had vitamin people around you, and the people that you've had around you stabbed you in the back a few times, and you're like, you know what, I'd rather move on my own. But it's just that you didn't have the right people around you. And now you can choose vitamin people, good people that will lift you up and support you in times of need. Okay. Yes, Candida said, our creator made us with that need. Yes, to be with others. Yeah. Number 6, fear allows us to live our lives to the fullest. When you fear something, you have a choice. You can let that fear stop you, paralyze you, or you could face it head on and expand the possibilities and opportunities in your life. How exciting. Adventure, remember? Being afraid of something can let you know, oh, this area of my life is limiting me, this fear, right? For instance, if you're afraid of flying, but you face the fear, you muster up the courage, you step on that airplane, you can travel the world, right? So adding to your experiences mean you create a varied and full life, which is extremely rewarding. It's beautiful. We deserve to live a very good life. My Sharon is here. Hey, yes, vitamin people. We need to surround ourselves with those people. Hey, Sharon, good to have you. And you'll have fewer regrets. An older woman once said, regret proof your life. I love that. We don't want to look back with regrets. We want to look forward. And as we're planning, because again, fear makes us plan, as we're planning, so if I don't do it this way, I'm going to regret that. If I don't take this career change, take the leap, 5 years from now, I'm going to look back and say, why didn't I do it then? If I don't confront this person, every time I see them, I'm going to be uncomfortable. I got to do it. I don't want to feel that discomfort 5 months, 6 months, a year from now. Whatever the thing is, we want to regret proof our lives. Okay. And so we can have a better life, a better quality of life if we allow fear to push us so we can live life to the fullest. Right? It could also mean fear of losing a loved one. You say, "Ooh, I'm going to spend more quality time with that person." Something happens to them, I'll miss them like crazy, but I'll have less regrets because every opportunity I had, I called, I text, I was with them, I traveled to see them, we did things together. Regret proof your life and enjoy your life to the fullest. Don't let fear keep you down here with the ceiling just crashing down on you. No, lift the ceiling and you go and you fly high. Number 7, fear gives you clarity on what's really important in life. When you're fearful for a sick child, an aging parent, a career move, your fear can be a great clarifier on how to take care of what's truly important in your life. Right? How often have you said to yourself, when I have more time, I'm gonna spend time with my family. I'm gonna pursue my passion. I'm gonna eat healthier or exercise more. We all say, "Oh, I just don't have the time for it," but it's really that we're afraid of it. It's a social, it's an excuse that's socially acceptable. I don't have time. Some people are fearful of doing emotional work. I get people that say, "Karen, I'm gonna make an appointment with you, but I just it's fear. What is Karen gonna say? Where do I start? What is she gonna have me doing?" Right? But those that bite the bullet and get it started, happy. They do the work and their lives are better. They can breathe, they can set goals and reach them, and right. So fear makes you realize that now is the time to act. Now is the only time you have to achieve and follow through on what's most important, because later is never guaranteed, even for us, right? So let's do it now. And that's the sweet spot of fear. Some say where fear meets courage is the sweet spot in which mountains get scaled and rivers are run. Most of all, fear can be the birthplace of change, creativity, and innovation. Again, adventure, raise the roof, get the thing done, do the thing, Ralph Waldo Emerson said. We should embrace our fear, right? And helpful fears come in small doses. So a little fear really wants the best for us, transforms us into better, healthier, and more engaged people. We want to be present, especially with our loved ones, right? Stay in the present, plan for the future. But that's something that we're doing conscientiously. I'm going to set aside 20-minute intervals today, 2 20-minute intervals to work on this particular goal. Raise the roof, Gio. Let's get it done. We all have our goals. Candy, the fear of rejection. Yeah. And all of these things come from, it's all in our past, our childhood. It all stems from that. But now that we're grown adults and we know where we've come from and we're here and we know where we want to go, let's face the fear and get it done. Why do I have the fear of rejection? Why do I have the fear of change? Why do I like staying in my comfort zone? The brain actually likes to be in the comfort zone. The brain fights against us. Why you want to do that? Just stay right. You good, girl. Stay right there. But we want to raise the roof. Let's start the adventure. If you could do that with fear, what is something? Can you put it in the chat? What is something that you would like to do I know you've mentioned your fears, but can you mention something like, I don't know, travel, get on a plane, pay off debt? Are there any things that you would like to do if you could face your fear? I have some quotes while you'll think about that. Kind of, I have that so I can approach persons first. I pray a lot. Yeah, because so in Candida's case, when you don't like confrontation, when you approach the person, and that's good that you pray about it, we want to be kind, compassionate, loving, present, gentle as we approach the person to let them know something that they did that offended us, whatever the thing. We're not going to attack, then we'd cause fear in that person. We want to show that we're balanced in the way that we deal with others. Okay, here's some quotes. Oh, okay, people are talking. Renee says that subconscious always gets in the way. Yes, it does, Renee. At me best says, talk to my family about things that bother me. Yeah. And it's okay. We've been made to feel that if we speak our mind, it's disrespectful, especially if it's a mother, an older family member, cousin, aunt, grandma, whatever the thing. It's just not appropriate. It's rude, it's disrespectful. But we can say anything. It's just the way we say it, right? So yeah, Itza says, I've always wanted to run my own event venue, but fear doesn't let me take that step. It's coming. I can feel it. It's coming. Ooh, very exciting. Marion says, getting started is hard. It is. That's why we need an accountability partner or a coach, someone to, mm. Yeah. That's why I know I was telling y'all last week that I started my meal prep and everything. I want to get healthier and I want to shed some pounds. And I just want to feel better and prepare for menopause. And I'm seeing a nutritionist. She sees me every week. This week will be week 2. And blood tests and everything. The diet she gave me is specifically for my body. Knowing that I have to see her tomorrow on the camera, turn the camera around so she sees those numbers on the scale, right? That motivates me to do it. Come on, Karen. Show the discipline. Make the meal prep. Come on, pack your lunch bag, take it out with you. And it feels so good. But I was having a problem doing that on my own. So I get someone. It doesn't mean I'm a failure or that I'm weak. We all have needs, right? So I coach you all, and I needed a coach for helping me to be healthier. Let me see. Fabiola, if fear and courage were to meet in my life, I would express myself more creatively. Oh, and I'm like, how much more creative could you be, Fabiola? But okay. You're amazing. PJ says, learn to sing. Okay. And even on YouTube, there are you can take lessons, you can learn how to warm up your voice. There's so much available. Or you could hire a singing coach. Fabiola says, I would go after my creative goals and market myself creatively as oh my goodness, this girl is amazing. Dance teacher, food content creator, and painter. Yeah. And then Tiffany says, learning myself all over again in a new decade of life. Yes. And I would like to add, hopefully being more graceful with yourself. Because in being in a new decade, like I'm now in my 50s, right? Mm, being kind to us, kinder to ourselves, more loving, more warm, more compassionate. I want to control everything, but I don't have to, so I won't. How about that? I'm going to sit back and embrace more ease in my life. I did that back then, but I don't have all that energy. And if I do, I don't want to expend it on all that. I want to do it for something for myself. Like Pam, who wants to learn how to sing, right? Let's do that, Tiff. Yeah. As you learn about yourself in this new decade, be more graceful with yourself. Give yourself more time for naps, sitting in your egg chair reading, walk, taking a long walk, all those things. Yeah, and delegating more things to the family. Roxy says, create content to help women focus on self-care. Beautiful. And we all need that, right? We look forward to seeing your content, Roxy Ebony. Candida says that's it. I'm not good at saying right. Comes out bad. Okay, so then don't say it. You may continue working on yourself. Certain things will just work themselves out as well. We don't always have to confront, nip things in the bud, set things straight. We think we do, and that may be how we've always responded to things in life. But some things are better not said at times, especially if you know yourself and it's going to come out wrong. I always say it, and when I learned this, it changed my life. You change, your whole environment changes. So instead of getting worked up about confronting someone, I imagine to put them in their place, to correct something, use that energy, Candida, on you. Hobbies, downtime, relaxation, exercise. Do you? That's what you can focus on. And the more you work on yourself, everyone and everything around you will change. There'll be a shift just by working on yourself. I promise. It sounds like absurd, unrealistic, impossible. I can change my outside environment by changing me? No, because normally we want them to change so that if they just get themselves together, I can be happy. But it's empowering to know if I just do the work on me, when I open my eyes, everything else will shift and change for the good. I promise. I promise. Give it a try. Okay. Here are some quotes for facing fear. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Here's another one. The cave you fear to enter, I love this, holds the treasure you seek. Oh my goodness. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Here's another one. Have no fear of perfection. You'll never reach it. So when we feel like, oh, I can't, no, we're not looking for fear. We're not looking for perfection. We're never going to reach it anyway. And then here's another one. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So if you feel fear, you know what that means? That you're growing. And that's what we want, growth. Raise the roof, embrace change, embrace fear, be happy, look at it as a new adventure. Take on the thing, do the thing. Set aside the time. Don't run from it. Set the goal and move towards it. Uh, those that did NLP last, when did we do that? December to January, 30-day challenge with me. It was a phenomenal class. A lot of growth happened in that class. I laughed because people who said, I can't, I won't, Karen, I'm sick, they finished the course. Beautiful. To see the transformation in 30 days was very encouraging to me. Like, wow, this stuff is powerful. We will be starting in a month. Today's the 17th. Probably March 15th, 16th, or 17th, we're going to be starting the next NPL, Neurolinguistic NLP class. So I didn't get my nap today. So if you are interested in making a change, in harnessing your fears to get the thing done, put it on your calendar, plan for it, because the class is going to happen. And if you join it, you won't regret it. You're going to love it. The change is within you. It's just that it works. Yes, Roxy says, love it. Candida, thank you, coach. It sounds wonderful. I wish I knew this at 20 instead of 70. Haha, never late to learn. Exactly. At least you're learning it now, right? Leah says, no fear of perfection. Candida, thanks, Leah. Yeah, we got this. We got this. If you feel fear, it means you're growing. So to end it, how do we process fear? Here are a few ways. Evaluate the risk because remember, fear is there to protect us. Evaluate the risk. I want to start a new career. I want to create content. What's the risk? What's the what right? What can I lose? I want to move out on my own. Right? I want to speak up more. What is involved? Right? Evaluate the risks. Create an action plan. How am I going to go about doing this? Oh, the WhatsApp link. Yes, Elvin, thank you. Alejandro, ¿puedes poner el enlace ahí en el chat? Um, Create an action plan. See a therapist or coach. How do you reach out to me to make an appointment? My email address is karenmcoach@gmail.com. Karen with a K, Karen, M as in Michelle, coach@gmail.com. All the information is in the show notes down below as well. Okay, we have the chat. Gracias, Alejandro. If you're not in my WhatsApp chat, please get in there to click on the link. If you're seeing this later on, hi people, seeing this in the future, I appreciate you being here. Look down under in the show notes and you'll see that the WhatsApp chat is there as well. Thank you, Elvin. And please like and subscribe, right? Elvin normally says that too. See a coach or a therapist to help you face that fear and move forward. And be sure not to completely avoid your fear. So we're not walking around in denial. Oh, no, I'm not afraid. Again, oh, yes, we are. But we're going to unlock the door and we're going to tell fear, sit there, put your seatbelt on, let's go. We're doing this together. We do it with the fear. So, not in denial. No. Also, acknowledge that you're scared. You can tell people, I'm nervous, I'm afraid. That's why I wanted you to talk about that in the chat. You're human. It would be odd if you're not afraid to do something new. And then breathe. Take deep breaths because fear makes us, we actually hold our breath. Breathe. It's going to be okay. You can say that. All is well in my world. It's going to be okay. It's all going to work out fine. And parents, please let your children know your children are watching. Let them know that you feel fear and that it's okay to feel fear. You don't have to hide that. We're human. These are emotions. We'll just let them flow. Okay. And then write down your thoughts. What's causing my fear? What am I feeling exactly? How is it holding me back? Get social support. Remember that oxytocin? Fear makes us want to grab onto somebody, even on a roller coaster. If it's somebody you don't know, you look at them as you're going down, and you all scream together, right? Get support. Why do it on your own? Why try? That's too much work. Why do that to yourself? Get support. You're human. You need it. Your body requires it. Your mind craves it. It gives off a hormone so that you will get that support. Don't isolate, please, but find the right people and then practice mindfulness. Okay, I want to do a live on there's so many topics also, but mindfulness is another thing, but that's just complete focus on what we're doing because we can allow ourselves to get distracted and we use it as an excuse, right? Allow ourselves to get distracted and we never get to do the thing because we're afraid. But we want to practice mindfulness and focus. Okay. So basically, harness that fear, harness it, embrace it, say, come on, let's do the thing. Allow it not to paralyze you, but push you to greater heights. Raise the roof. You got this. We got this, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's all I have to say. I'm all out of words. Anybody else want to say something? Love you all. You're great. Believe in yourselves. Trust in yourselves. I've told you my journey with this whole YouTube thing, like, right? It wasn't easy, but I had support. And then I got on, and then you all started coming. And now, a lot of you are faithful here every Monday. I really appreciate it. And we have great times together. You've been in my classes. Some of you are being coached by me individually. Deborah, hello, Deb. You are very welcome. It's my pleasure. So we wouldn't have had this contact, this constant thing, this relationship if I had said, "Can't, I won't, no, next year, next year." No, right? We're here. And yeah, it's all good stuff. It's just a great topic, like always. Thanks, Coach Karen. You're very welcome. So we just keep taking care of ourselves, keep focusing on ourselves, keep giving us the time and attention that we need. Again, when we stop doing so much out there, then we have time and energy to focus on ourselves. And it's all good. Like they say, all good in the neighborhood. Fabiola says, thank you so much, Karen. I appreciate you showing me how to introduce fear to courage in order to motivate me to action. That's right, girlfriend. Raise the roof. Lorinda, it's so good to have you here. Thank you so much. Imani, Marion, seatbelt is on. Yeah, you're very nice. Fabiola with the hearts. I love it. Let's stay motivated and let's motivate others. We want to be vitamin people for those who come in contact with us. The more we take care of ourselves, the better and more softer we can be with others, kind, loving, compassionate. Let's do that, my Karen Renee. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. And I will see you all next week. I don't remember what we're talking about next week. It's another emotion that that was chosen in the chat. I don't remember what it is, but you're very welcome, Tiff. I will, well, it in the chat. I'll figure it out and we will post it later on this week. I'll see you guys next week. Be there or be square. Candida, more emotional wellness skills. Yes, you're very welcome. It's a pleasure. Y'all, take care. Love you all. Big hugs. I'm going to do my meal prep for tomorrow. And tomorrow I get weighed in. Okay, so wish me well. Take care. I'll see you guys next week. Take care. And I'll leave the chat open for the next hour or so. So if you want to express yourself with something you learned or appreciated, feel free to put it in the chat. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye now. Hello. My name is Karen Marinez. I'm an emotional wellness coach. I help you learn how to identify, process, and untangle those emotions that we all deal with on a daily basis. Vimes Life now has a membership for the English-speaking audience. It's really good news. So let me tell you 5 benefits that you gain by joining the membership. The first one is you get videos made monthly exclusively for you, those who are part of the membership. Number 2, once a month you get a live Zoom with me so we can interact. I can teach you, comfort you, and answer your questions. It'll be really nice. Number 3, you get a separate chat exclusively for those within the membership. 4th benefit, you get special stickers when you interact in the chat on YouTube Live. When we're live on Mondays, your name will have a little special sticker next to it to identify you as one of the members of the membership. And number 5, last but not least, you get special discounts on our courses. So you say, well, how do I sign up? Right below, right by the subscribe button, we hope you subscribe. Right by the subscribe button, there's a circle. It's white inside, black lettering. It says join. Press that. You'll see the first 3 options are for the Spanish audience with Spanish speaking coaches. Mine is the last one, and guess what it's called? Vimes Life Inner Circle. So come on into my inner circle so we can get to know each other better and I can help you and coach you. I'll see you soon. Bye now.